In the last video, we learned about the political and physical geography of the Midwest, and I hoped that you guys realized how diverse of a place the Midwest is. Now today, we'll be taking a closer look at the human and environmental geography of the Midwest, and without further ado, let's jump into it. Early history. Much of the land in the Midwest region prior to the year 1800 was dominated by Native American tribes such as the Shawnee and the Sioux. These tribes lived in peace for many centuries until settlers from the colonies began moving into the area and claiming the land as their own. The Native Americans were obviously very unhappy about it, so they fought back. However, ultimately in the end, after back and forth fighting, the Native Americans lost and land was given over to the United States. Now, onto demographics and ancestry. According to censusreporter.org, the demographics of the Midwest are as follows: approximately 75% white, 10% African American, 8% Hispanic, and 7% other. Also, the leading ancestry in almost every state in this region is German, but in a few states in the upper Midwest, such as Minnesota and North Dakota, there is a significant population of people with Scandinavian ancestries and backgrounds. And I just want to mention as well that Native Americans make up a significant percentage of the population in certain states. Even though the percentage of Native Americans living in the Midwest as of today is only 1 to 2%, in states such as South Dakota, Native Americans make up around 10% of the total population, which is pretty impressive. Now let's talk about environmental geography. First, thanks to warm, long summers, rich soil, and plentiful water, the Midwest is an agricultural powerhouse. The top 8 corn-producing states are all located in the Midwest. The top 2 wheat-producing states are also located in the Midwest. And to no one's surprise, the top 10 soybean-producing states are also located in the Midwest. Another aspect of environmental geography that the Midwest is notorious for is for having hot summers and freezing cold winters. In this picture right here, it shows a sample of the temperature at Sioux Falls, South Dakota, where the temperature dropped about 60 degrees in the span of 1 hour. This extreme temperature change is partially due to the Midwest being situated on the border between large air masses pushing in from the Arctic and the Gulf of Mexico. And finally, I just wanted to add that many homes in the Midwest have underground tornado shelters, since much of the Midwest is part of a larger region known as Tornado Alley, which produces hundreds of tornadoes each and every year in the United States. Finally, if you were to travel to the Midwest, here are a few places you might be interested in checking out: Badlands and Wind Cave National Park in South Dakota, Isle Royale National Park in Michigan, Sleeping Bear Dunes in Michigan, Mount Rushmore in South Dakota, the Indiana Motor Speedway in Indiana, the Gateway Arch in Missouri, and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Ohio. Alright, and I think that wraps up this presentation. Now, an update. For the past few months or so, I've been posting videos about the regions of the United States. And guess what? We're halfway done. So, I've been thinking that it might be beneficial to go back and talk more in depth about some of the things that I've only briefly mentioned in these presentations. Some ideas that I have for these in-depth videos include subranges of the Appalachian Mountains, the Great Lakes, the Outer Banks and Barrier Islands, and more. And as always, if you have any ideas for future videos, I would love to hear from you. Thanks!